Live from WFSB, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5.
First tonight at 5, a story you'll see only on 3. An elderly woman held up right on the highway, and today we found the Good Samaritan who stopped to help. Police say this elderly woman had just left the casino.
Yes, and the officers say a career criminal then stalked her, followed her, and robbed her right there on the highway.
Only on 3, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Hogan is live in the mobile newsroom in Norwich with an exclusive interview. Kevin?
Oh, that's right, Irene. This Good Samaritan came to this woman's aid after she was knocked down right over here on 395, right off of exit 80. This happened about 6:30 last night. Unbeknownst to this elderly woman, she was targeted, followed from the casino, and then attacked by a career criminal.
I just assumed with the mass plates and elderly that she needed help with directions, and apparently she needed a little bit more than that.
DOT Supervisor Tony Holland is the Good Samaritan who came to the aid last night of an elderly woman who was followed, attacked, and robbed on I-395 in Norwich after she won money at Mohegan Sun Casino.
And she stated that the Hispanic male approached her with flashing lights with a black vehicle, which she recalled the license plate number pretty good.
Did she think it was a cop or something?
Yeah, she thought it was a cop, apparently, and he asked her for her license, which she did. She complied with, and she stated she hadn't been speeding. He stated that it wasn't the speed that was a factor, that it was that her license plate was hanging by a thread.
After he got her out of her car, he allegedly knocked her down, grabbed her purse, and then she grabbed his license plate. That's how police found him later on in East Haven and arrested 32-year-old Rafael Serrano. Tonight, Eyewitness News has learned a little more about the suspect, Rafael Serrano. He's got a rap sheet because he's been in and out of the courts, as well as jail. Tonight, he's back in jail charged with larceny, robbery, and assault.
I don't know, elderly people are preyed upon, which, something probably should be done. I'm sure it will be done. But it also could have been a teenager. I got teenage daughters. It could have been anybody,
In court today, the judge lowered Serrano's bond to $250,000. He's back in court on April 13th. With the mobile newsroom in Norwich, Kevin Hogan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
An all-out police search after a bank stick-up. The manhunt for a robber armed with a gun sent a daycare into lockdown today. Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to the scene at the Salem Marketplace. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Susan Raff is there live with the mobile newsroom. Susan?
State police are telling Eyewitness News that a man this morning walked into the Chelsea Groton Bank. He pointed a gun at the teller and got away with a bag full of money. Now, this bank is in a plaza with other stores, and today they tell us they are on edge, and so is a nearby daycare.
Minutes after the bank robbery, police were stopping people on the road to see if they saw the suspect. Just after 10 this morning, a man walked into the Chelsea Groton Bank, demanding money with a handgun. Police say a customer was able to get a good description. You surprised that someone would be so brazen, I guess, in the daylight to come in and do that?
Yeah, it's surprising.
Balestrini's daycare is right behind the bank. They've been in lockdown all day because police have still not been able to find the robber. As you can see, the playground is empty. Police have searched the entire area and have been questioning people inside the bank.
It was quite a lot of commotion, and they had that roped off up until about an hour, maybe an hour and a half ago.
This woman owns a deli a few doors down from the bank. Her store was broken into just a few months ago. What happened today will change the way she does business.
But I'm going to get cameras. It just helps. There's too many bold people. 10:30 in the morning. That's bold.
The suspect is described as about 5'6" tall. We're told he is stocky. He was wearing dark clothes, sunglasses, and when he came in the bank, he had a T-shirt pulled up over his head. We're also told he had red hair. At this point, police are not sure if he left the bank and fled on foot or if he ran out into this parking lot and a car was waiting here. They're hoping there may be more witnesses, and if you have any information or saw anything this morning, you are urged to call state police. For now, we're live at the mobile newsroom in Salem. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Now to a story you saw first on 3, taken from temptation. Today, dozens more teens in court after having been arrested last week at the Hartford nightclub Temptation. Now, some parents say they're considering legal action against that club. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Hena has the story in Hartford.
Dozens of teenagers streamed in today for day 2 of community court. Last week, 114 people were busted at Temptation's nightclub. Police say the underage teens should have been kept from the booze, but some were drinking. Dave Sarnowitz was celebrating his 20th birthday that day and says he didn't take a sip of alcohol.
I got permission from my parents to go to the club. It was my 20th birthday. I thought it was a juice bar. We're going to go dance, try to pick up some ladies.
All the underage drinkers were offered a deal. Read a book about the dangers of drinking, write a book report, and commit to community service. Many parents we spoke to say the plea is fair, but this whole case is ridiculous.
A kid isn't going to leave a place if they see alcohol. They're not drinking it. They weren't drinking it. And how can you accuse them of doing something so terribly wrong?
Most blame the flyers targeting people ages 18 to 21, and they say the owner of the club should be responsible.
Court officials tell us the owner of the bar, Richard Vaselis, was sent from community court across the street to Superior Court, where he got another court date. He's being charged with sale of liquor to minors.
But it seems the club may have bigger problems. These two 17-year-old Buckley High School students were also at Temptations that night.
Know somebody who was in charge, so he let me come.
This mother says the 100-plus teens were treated like common criminals by Hartford police.
They were not read their rights for 8 hours until 8 hours later. They were kept in the garage, at the police garage, because there were like 118 of them or so. And it was really a very bad experience for her.
While some parents are entertaining the idea of suing the club owner, their teens are due back in court next month with their homework. Reporting in Hartford, Hena Daniels, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Some new developments tonight on a crash involving a Connecticut state trooper. The sergeant has been suspended after a crash in Massachusetts. Investigators say Sergeant Daniel Herman was driving on the wrong way on the Mass Pike earlier this month. His Ford collided with a tour bus. Herman was cited by Massachusetts police for wrong way driving. He will have to appear in court to determine whether he will be tried on those charges.
And new details on a stabbing outside a strip club in East Windsor. Police have arrested 2 Massachusetts men in the attack. This happened outside the Mardi Gras Cafe on North Road around 12:40 this morning. Police say 31-year-old Luis Rodriguez of Hartford left the cafe with 2 other people. Officers say those 2 then stabbed him in the lung, stomach, and face. The 2 attackers, identified as Ray Streeter and Timothy Harris, tried to flee but were caught by police. Also, new details in the search for a wanted fugitive. Police say they have found their man, a man who led police on a 3-town chase over the weekend. Officers caught up with Misael Otero today in Bristol. Police got a tip that he was staying at an apartment in the city. When they got to the location, they saw him walking on the street. Police say he took off on foot, but they were eventually able to capture him. On Sunday, police say Otero had led officers on a chase through Plainfield, Bristol, and Farmington. He was wanted on outstanding felony warrants.
Now, Channel 3 Early Warning Weather, powered by Early Warning Pinpoint Doppler, tracking weather in your town and everywhere in Connecticut.
Looking live at our city cam at a beautiful evening in New Haven over the water. At least part of the shoreline actually hit a record today. Chief Meteorologist Bruce DePrest is in the Early Warning Forecast Center. Hello, Bruce.
Irene, you know, 72 degrees was the high in New Haven today at Tweed New Haven Airport, but the record was in Bridgeport, and a very impressive record. 74 degrees was the afternoon high today in Bridgeport, and that beat the old record by 5 degrees. 69 was the old record set on March 27th in 1998. And high temperatures elsewhere across the state, well, we had 70 in Norwich. Now, again, Tweed New Haven had 72, but at the Yale campus it was 69, which is warm enough. The lowest high we can find is 61 in Torrington, 67 in Hartford, and 67 at Enfield. A very, very nice day, but there is cooler weather coming and perhaps some sub-freezing temperatures once again. I'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
New information tonight on a fire today at the old Board of Education building in Hartford. Engineers doing survey work at the building this morning found the basement on fire. They called the fire department. They came, doused the flames within 20 minutes. Investigators suspect that homeless people living down in the basement may have been people who started the fire. Construction at the building is expected to begin next month because it's due to become part of the new public safety complex, the fire and police headquarters. Damage to the building appears to have been minor.
Classes canceled. Teachers at Glastonbury High were forced to turn students away at the door this morning. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Teresa LaBarbera took the mobile newsroom to Glastonbury for the story.
The hallways were empty today at Glastonbury High School. Students had an unexpected day off because of a power failure.
I saw the door and everything was just pitch black in there.
Before the school day started, buses were turned around and students were sent home. Crews worked to repair a broken transmitter that knocked power out of the entire building. Freshman Brooke Kimbrough said she was looking forward to the day off.
Just stay home, just watch TV.
But that wasn't the case for her mother, who said she had to rearrange her entire schedule.
I was pretty busy, so I had to change my morning after, what I was doing in the morning to come pick her up.
The lights were out for about 2 hours here at Glastonbury High School, but the problem has been resolved and classes will resume tomorrow. For now, we are reporting with the mobile newsroom in Glastonbury. Teresa, LaBarbera, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
Still ahead, all new on Eyewitness News at 5. A bank robbery gone wrong. The twist it took. One that ended with one suspect in custody and 2 more hiding across the street.
Plus, could pizza be a cancer fighter? How food scientists have manipulated this favorite food to make it healthier.
Then all new at 5:30, the pet food that was tainted with a toxin. One family here in Connecticut is now filing a lawsuit.
You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5. Eyewitness News is everywhere.